Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to go back to history now. This is the natal chart going back to March 5th of 2009. What I was looking at here is we had all these planets lined up in this same little area. Ordinarily, they're all over the map. Not so this time. They had 6 or 7 of them. On the top in 1987, there were 5. All at that same time, okay? So I watch for those. When Dr. Miller tried to convince me how astrology worked with Fibonacci numbers, I was very skeptical. And she said, pick out 2 days in the stock market or 3 days, and we'll find out whether these things work or not. So I said, all right, I want the bottom in 1974 in October and the bottom in December 1974. And by golly, both times, October and December, you had this particular pattern popping up with all of these different planners. And that was the Dow at 570, I believe. And there's where it went. It's still going higher. Almost hit 50,000 today. Might hit it before the end of the day. I don't know. But that's what we have working here right now. That's what led to me starting to look at the Bradley model, because we had that program, but we didn't know anything about it. But here's the program for the Bradley model, and this is for 2026. Now you notice this red line right here, that means that it is geocentric, Earth-centered. The blue line is heliocentric. They're off by a little bit, but the bigger ones, you'll see sometimes they're totally off. But when they line up perfectly, I use the geocentric because that's what I was trained on. Okay, so that starts, folks, as of tomorrow, the anniversary of the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Anyway, this is where we are right up in here, okay? We could be a day off either way, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're watching right now. Now, don't worry about the trend. These are trading dates, folks. All it does is it measures the entity points of the trading days. And all these little tiny ones in here, I'm not interested in. I'm interested in the ones that are larger. These little tiny ones, not so much. The larger one is what I'm looking at. The trend is not important. It's the turning date. We use the patterns for that. So that's what we're paying attention to with that. If we went back, now what we're going to do now, I wanted to show you, I showed you the natal chart, now I'm going to show you the one that's coming up for tomorrow. All right, here it is right here. Let me blow this up just a little bit. I think I can get it to 200% without any trouble. Yeah, here's what we're watching. Okay, now what you're looking at here, you're looking at that same chart for the 8th of January, and you'll notice here that we have these major planets right here. We have Venus, Mars, and Sun lined up over here with Uranus. You can see there's Uranus right there. Uranus, this market doesn't move without Uranus, folks, either up or down. You can see it here. It's at 45 degrees here, so it's lined up pretty nicely with all these planets lined up. You see, bang, 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 bang. That means they're all lined up together. And that's why it's so, I don't understand it. All I know is when I see that, you got to pay attention. You add it to the patterns, yeah, well, you might have something pretty good. This is very powerful. It is more powerful, okay, than the one that we had. Let's get it up here. Go back to 1987, okay. Now you can see we had one of those smaller ones right here on October the 2nd. This one was a big one. This is when we had 5 planets at 0 degrees. That was harmonic convergence. And Arch Crawford and I were both calling for that top. We were on Financial News Network in Los Angeles, and I said, on the air with Bill Griffith, a good friend, that we would be down more than 300 points in the Dow Jones sometime in October. The biggest down move we'd ever had was like 140. All I did was multiply it times 1.618, and I said it'll be 300. Well, I was off quite a bit. It went all the way down to here. Okay, now let's get back here and talk about some of these other things that we're paying attention to here this morning. All right, there's other things in the market that are going on besides that. So let's get up here, and we want to talk about the silver market, folks. So hold on just one second, because I think it's important that we talk about silver, because I spent a great deal of time last night right after the market closed, because we had something very significant happen here in the silver last night. This was the close. We missed the old high here by 20 cents. The old high was 82.76. This was 82.56. There was our 382 retracement. Here's where we were. It was starting to come down, and I had to end it right here, because it only lasted 15 minutes. But I said, once we break below the 382 of this move, I said, that's going to change the trend. And so I said, the way to play this is if you'll just mark that off, you'll see the 382 came in right there, broke $1.50. We were right about here. Then it broke and it rallied back. It rallied back up to the 61% retracement, and then it started to go down. And then again, in the middle of the early morning hours of today, you'll see what we do. We went right to the ABCD pattern right here, and bang, down it went. And what we do, we make a lower low. So what do we have to do, boys and girls? We got to change that and draw the next one in, and you'll see exactly what happened here just a few minutes ago in the silver market. So if you follow these numbers, there's not much of a mystery, but all the way up here, folks, it didn't break the 382 until right there. And then that changed the whole thing. And now we're looking like we're still heading down a little bit. We've got a couple of ABCDs. You can see the ABCD forming here. We got another one, should be down into this level right in here. Is this the end of the silver market? Oh, I wouldn't bet on that in a heartbeat. And let me tell you why. If you look at this on a really long time frame, you can see where we are. We could easily, this could have been a double top. No question. See, it missed it by just a couple of pennies. So it could be a major top. And the fact that we're right at the 382 right now, that's telling you that's where it is. But we had this move right here that held up extremely well. All right. So that's going to be the key right here. This is nothing more than a correction, just like this one was. So that correction should take us down. Just go back and look at it again. You'll be able to see that'll take you down to this level. Hold on. Let's get that smaller time frame so we can see it a little better. That should take us right down to this level one more time if we make it. And that'll be down about this level right here, right about the old $72, which would be right in that layer. So see, we've already broken $6. All we have to do is do another 5 to make this. We did this in one day, and we're just starting down. So that's why we're looking at it. I covered all of that in the video, along with the gold and what was expected in the gold market. And then, of course, the euro just keeps going lower and lower here. Let's get up here and take a look at it here. Get this out of the way. There's where we are. Okay, there's the euro, just keeps dropping. Everybody seems to be bullish that the euro, but I don't see that. Everybody on the news is saying, how bearish the U.S. dollar is. Folks, I don't see that at all. I think the U.S. dollar is looking pretty good myself. Let's take a little break, okay? 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, we're going to go down history lane here, memory lane, I guess, to talk about these things. I've been through a lot over the last 60 years. Okay, back in here, if you remember, I was long the silver. Okay, that's when the silver boom started, right in here. This is when silver got to $4, from $1 to $4. I still had some silver. I still got some of it. Anyway, this was the big move here. All right, and I took my money from the silver, which was all cash. I took about half of it, and I put it into a commodity account at Conti Commodity right here in 72, so April of 72, and I began trading the grains, corn, and this happens to be soybeans, okay, but they all did the same thing. This was the Russian grain robbery. Okay, right here, this was my birthday on the 28th of July, right there. Okay, I was sitting in the lobby or outside of the promenade, which is now Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, and my account was 7 figures, and I had a brand new Mercedes and a Rolex watch, all the Mickey Mouse crap that don't mean anything. And I had tears in my eyes because my mother had passed away a few years before that, and I wasn't able to say how happy I was. Folks, 6 weeks later, believe it or not, 6 weeks later, I owed the firm $2,800 because I had lost it all. I kept adding. It's goodbye here, goodbye there, goodbye here, goodbye there, and then goodbye. And then when we got down to the bottom, these last few months, I knew I had to get my money back, and so I started to study under my mentors, Oscar McClure. Oh my gosh, Oscar McClure and John Hurd talked to me about this bullish situation that's happening in the soybean. So I started buying soybean oil spreads, and I bought a bunch of them during this time right here. Okay, so during this time, this was the big day right here, this month right here, because we put the spreads on for $150. You could control $10,000 worth of soybean oil by going long July oil and selling December oil. The margin was $150. $40 and you controlled $10,000 of oil. That's a pretty big margin. But you couldn't lose anymore because you had the spread on. You were long July, which was selling at a discount, okay? And the December was a premium, so you're buying the cheap, selling the higher one, so you were in it pretty good. The only thing you could lose is if the spread went to zero, you lose $150. Okay, so anyway, it starts up, and up. The reason why I'm telling this story, what's going on now is what's happening there. We got to this time right here, okay? When we got to this time right here, there's a report coming out, and I'm ready to get out anytime because I don't know Fibonacci numbers there. I knew what they were, but I didn't know how to handle them at all. I didn't understand that until, it must have been a little bit later than that. But anyway, I knew that was a nice retracement, so I'm looking, and the news came out. It was June, I remember, and the report came out that, oh my God, there's no soybeans available. The only soybeans available will be in the bottom of a bottle in the Smithsonian Institute. And I said, oh my God. And the early calls were three limits up, at least 3 days limit up in the soybeans. And, of course, I'm in the oil, it was weaker, but it was still all limit up and everything like that. And so I kept hearing about it. And this was about an hour before the market opened, and the market's locked up limit. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. And I started writing tickets. I had a whole bunch of contracts for people. I wasn't the broker. Jack Fletcher was the broker, but I brought him all those accounts because I knew we were going to make some money. So we had about, I think we had about 1,000 contracts over about 60 people. And these were everybody that would listen to me. And there were only a few people that would listen to me. But anyway, when we got up to this level right here, we were making 30 handles on what we were original investment. So this was a big move. And all I did was I started writing the tickets with Bob so that I'd with Jack, and make sure that I would get make sure the worst thing that could happen is that the market opened unchanged. I could lock in all that money. So I put my order in 1 tick below the previous day's close. Now, remember, the limit up, they're supposed to be up here, right? And they're not. So what's going on now is about, half hour before the thing. Well, Ivan Auer came on at Conti Commodity. He was a grain guy. And well, there's a little selling in the back end, but there's no chances. Those first 3 months of beans, they're locked tight. They're not going anywhere. 15 minutes to go. He said, well, there's a little selling coming back here. First two options of bean are really tight, but after that, there are a little bit of selling going back. So if you want to hedge your position, you could certainly do that. And about 10 minutes before, he said, there's only going to be limit up in the July option. He said the rest of them are sold off. And then 5 minutes before he comes on, and the words that he said, I cannot repeat on the air, but it was expletive, MF, expletive, and they opened 1 tick lower and were limit down. You see that right there? They went limit down for 5 days. I got out right there, and I cashed out, and I was hired by Drexel Burnham Lambert right there. And then that's what I did for the next few years. I did all this other stuff. But anyway, this is the same type of scenario that's going on here. These people in the stock market, they've lost it. And what I don't understand, and I tell you that I love you guys, you know that. I study these markets. I'm not a stupid person. I'm not like James or anything like that. But I passed a few tests in my days. I got an IQ of 150, but I had to take the test 3 times to get to that level, 50, 50, and 50. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to you, when I see the things that are happening in the stock market, I'm watching Bloomberg over here, and it's telling me that everything is wonderful, and the jobs report is great, and taking over Venezuela is great, and taking over Cleveland. You know, the odds makers in Las Vegas are now making who's going to be the 51st state, either Canada or Greenland. Okay, and then right behind that is United Kingdom. They're thinking of taking over the continent. I think it's 80-1 that we make the United Kingdom as one of our 54th states or something like that. So anyway, this is what I'm paying attention to here today. Folks, this is going to be so bad if you're long stocks. Yeah. Well, when it starts, you'll see. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one here. Oh, and one of my favorite things, I love Goldman Sachs. I have good friends that work there. Here's Goldman Sachs today. Actually, it's down on the day a little bit. There was nothing. I mean, down $5. This is why the Dow Jones is down quite a bit. Remember, this has gone straight up. See? So this is the first time we're seeing some type of a sell-off in that. And also with J.P. Morgan, a couple people came out in J.P. Morgan today, and what did they do? They issued a sell signal in to lighten up, or whatever that thing is they use. It says lighten up. Well, there was all the ABCD patterns that we were watching in this thing the other day. I drew them all out. They only draws a little bit of them. Sorry, it doesn't work too well. But anyway, you can see there was the huge 3-drive pattern that we were watching up in there. Here's another one here, folks. They're going crazy in Germany today. Here's the German DAX. Let's get this up here. Here's the daily of the German DAX. You can see we've now completed. There's where we are. We're just on the way, just making this giant pattern right here. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave reversal pattern that James Wells Wilder made popular. Anyway, there's where we are. We're right in there. Hong Kong, same thing. We'll be right back. May God bless.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the emerging markets. You can see it's made a big ABCD and it's left a big island reversal here, whether that means anything or not. There's the Hang Seng, or the Hong Kong market. This is a long-term weekly. You can see, we completed a big ABCD up here, still making a 135 to the downside. There's the German DAX. I've already pointed that out. We're almost there on this last little ABCD here. It might get a little bit higher. Let's see how much more we got to go. Yeah, not much more. That could go another 100 points or so, but that's also, this is a 135 expanding triangle, folks, is what that is. It could be a 3 drive because you have a higher drive in here, but Wells Wilder, guy back in the 80s and 90s, called this the reverse point wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He sold it for $5,000. It was right out of the it's a T6 pattern right out of Gartley's book. Okay, now we'll move out of here. And there's JP Morgan. You can see we completed that. They're sold off. The people came out today and said that it was going to be lighten up or something, whatever these guys use for their things. Let's take a look at Taiwan Semiconductor, because that's the one that Goldman Sachs. I have nothing against Goldman Sachs. I love those guys, but I just going by history, folks, because whenever they say something, and I'm sure they mean well, maybe they don't. I don't know. Here's Taiwan Semiconductor. Good luck with this one, guys. Okay, here it is. Right here's a perfect example. Now they bring out the report right here. Okay, now you don't think they bought any of it there, do you? I don't know if they did or not, but look what's happened now. We got as high as 234. Now we're trading at 219. Everybody that's bought it in the last couple of days, and these are the guys that are at the CSA, the commodity, the CS, what do they call that thing? Computer show in Las Vegas. And shucks, I can't do that. That's just a minute. That's a guy probably from Margin Calls. Anyway, this is what we're looking. This doesn't look very good right now. Everybody that's bought it here the last couple of days, if you bought it the day before, that's okay. But this is not going to give you much help. So anyway, that's what I'm paying attention to. All right, let's get back to where the real market is. Let's get up here to the cattle market, because we were saying we want to get ready to be selling cattle, and we'll get up here and show you where we are here. Hold on one second. And there's where we are. Okay, there was our opening. There was the high yesterday. Okay, the market broke down. All right, finished pretty good, and then today it opens sharply lower, rallies up to the 382 exactly, and gives you another $600, $550 very, very easily on the downside. So that's how we try to handle that as we're moving on. Now let's get on to another one here that we haven't talked about in a while, and that is the Treasury bond market. So we'll come up here and get the old Treasury bonds. Where are we, Treasury bonds? The old U.S. There they are. Here's Treasury bonds. We'll open this up. Okay, we have a little move up. What we're going to do now is switch over to the hourly chart. Is what we usually see. And we're having a pretty good move here again. Look at the market. We had a really big run up early this morning. Okay, there it is right there. There's the pullback right there. So, and look, there you're back up. We get strong trending markets like this one. You want to sell the 382. Strong trending market down, mark that and put that right there. Okay. Okay, folks, by the way, I am in my last year of doing this stuff. I've been doing it for 63 years. I'm going to finish up this year with TFNN. I'll probably still write the newsletter. Whether I'll be on the radio show, I'm not sure or not. But if you're interested and you want to learn how to do this, I'm willing to teach you. I don't have students anymore because I don't advertise. But if you have an interest, contact me, Larry@tradingtutor.com, and I'll try to tell you whether I can help you or not. But this is not rocket science, what I do, folks. Once you understand the patterns and the other stuff, you don't need to worry about astrology or anything like that. Just learning how to do these things, you're going to make a good living at it. and I will spend the time, and on Teams you can get together. That's the end of the commercial. That's where we can do it. Let's put it that way. All right, let's get that out of the way here. And we want to look at, where's my sheet here? Oh, Treasury bonds. Get that back up here. I wasn't finished with that. We've had a pretty good start here on the Treasury bonds. So let's move it out a little bit more. You see, we've been down for quite a bit. So we've got to see what our last group is going to be now. Remember, this is going back to December. We've had 382s all the way through here, folks. We pointed these out to you the whole way down. Bada bing, bada boom. There was one right there. There was one right there. Do you see that one right there? Okay, that's a 382. Trading with the market, boom, you got that. Next one you have, what happens? Come down, lower low. Where does it go to? Exactly 382. Okay, and now you can see we came back and matched it again. Okay, another lower low. We got to redo that one again because there's another lower low. From low down here to this line. This one went just a tiny bit above the 3. I'm laughing, folks, because the guys are here to do the landscaping. They're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's hilarious. Anyway, there's it right now. Now we're coming back up again to it right now. See, you're coming back to the 382 again. So we might be making a bottom in here because we've been here for 2 weeks with long consolidation. Looking at this on the daily. Hold on, we'll see where we are here with this. It got a little bit of a chance. Here, let's draw it in right there. Okay, now we got an ABCD coming down here. Let's just check and see how the old ABCD worked on this one. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right there. So that filled up pretty good, didn't it? Now what we got to do is measure our lows. Let's get back here. Get that out of the way. There's our low right back here. That'll come in at 618, and we know that we're coming in at 50%. So we are getting ready. And with this move like this, look at it. We haven't had one of these since over here. This is telling you, open your eyes. We're getting ready to see interest rates, go down. That's what the rates go up, bonds go up, rates go down. So that could be the Fed getting ready to do something in the market there as we're watching it, as we see this one here unfold. So let me get this out of the way here. Get this out of the way. We have a question. Hold on one second about Apple. I'll bring Apple up here in just a second. There it is right now. And I got talking about too much stuff here today. Okay, here's where we are. Oh, one other thing, folks. There it is right there. Apple. See, we're still coming down. This is a daily chart. This is not acting good, folks. I mean, considering it's Apple, but we're really close. See, there was your 382 retracement right there. That means we're almost there for a really good bounce, and that'll be around 253, down about $9. That would be this right here. Folks, I've done a special report. I've done all of the charts that are related to the AIs. There's 10 of them in there. AMD, Avgo, Broadcom, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and there's 10 of them. If you want that report, send me a request, Larry@tradingtutor.com. You can see all 10 charts. Make up your mind whether you think they're good or not. I'll show you in just a second.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is the chart of NVIDIA. This is when they had the really bonkers earnings report, much more bullish than this one was. It was so bullish, they said this thing is going to go to $300. Well, it stopped exactly there. Perfect head and shoulders pattern. Look where we've been here, folks. We're still just banging up against the 50% retracement. And Jensen Huang is in Las Vegas at the computer show, and also the lady that runs AMD, and those are, people that are really big into this. And so I look at the charts of some of these. I'll do one other one just to show you. It will show you AMD, and then the other 8, if you're interested, you can just ask for them, and I'll get it out here. AMD is right here. Now, you explain to me, does this look very bullish to you folks? I mean, here, this is supposed to be the most bullish at all. And you can look at, there's what happened yesterday. It was down from that high, all that was. This was at the computer show. I mean, they're telling you about they're cheerleading, and they are. But look what's happened here. You got good news and bad action. That's not good. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you're interested in that, you can take a look at it. All right, let's move on. Also, I did one on the home building companies, because the home building is 18% of our GDP. And so I did one on USA home builders right here. That let's just take the biggest one, which is this is number 1. Is this bullish, folks? This is D.H. Horton. Does that look bullish to you? I don't think so. All right, let's see what's happened to D.H. Horton here in the last day or two. So we're going to come over here, grab the old clock on the wall, and hit D.H. something or other. We'll find it out where it is. See if I'm right on some of these or not. D.H. Horton is right there. Let's get the daily up. Is it daily up? Let's see if it's going up or down. And even in the bull market, folks, we got a roaring bull market with Dow Jones almost 50,000, and this keeps going lower and lower. And this is the number 1 home builder, the number 1. Anyway, if you're interested in those, drop me a note, and I'll try to get you hooked up to see whether this stuff is going. Sorry, boys and girls, I got to get this frog out of my throat here. We've had rain here for 14 straight days. We're back to normal right now, and so I got a cold at the beginning and a cold at the end. That's Apple. We're all finished with that one. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. That's the whole key, because I'm keeping things, I got so much here to cover that I don't always get it done. So we look like we're getting ready to be a little rally going here. Let's take a look at the notes, because the notes are bigger. That's the largest of all the commodities that we have the largest open interest. And that starts with the T, and that should be, should be right there. All right, let's get this up here on an hourly. These should be really strong because, and there it is. Well, they're not as strong as the bonds. I'll be darned. Okay, here's where we are so far today. We had the ABCD up, then we had the pullback. All right, let's just see now. This went a little bit below the 382, but still in the ballpark. Remember, these are the ones that one makes 50%. Bonds made 382. This made 50%. Now, these are the ones where you get your car loans, your mortgages and stuff. They're calculated off the notes. Notes are 5 to 10 years. Anything over past 10 years is a bond going out to 30 years and even farther. So those are the ones that we're watching here today. Looking at this on the daily, it's in a downtrend easily. You can see this was a long time ago. Remember, we had this head and shoulders pattern right up here. And then the people say, well, maybe these patterns don't work well. Andrew Lowe, in his book, The Non-Random Walk Down Wall Street, by golly, he figured it out that these things they do work. Do they work all the time? Folks, nothing works all the time. Now you can see here we've got lower tops, higher bottoms. So we've got a pennant coming in here. So we want to watch this pennant, because if we start breaking above this level right here, which is today, start getting above 112, folks, that tells us we are going to be moving higher. Means interest rates will be going lower. Does that mean the stock market? No, the interest rates have nothing to do with the stock market, folks. Because if you look at this and put the stock market chart over it, they don't look anything alike. So there's a few of the things that we're watching here today. Okay, now I think we have to talk about the soybeans. Just 1 second here. I have to do something because I promised someone to do something and I forgot it, doggone it. And here's a 2-minute chart on beans with the AI program. I'm going to overlay it and see how it did today. So there's March beans, okay? And all I have to do now is put the program in to see if it had anything working for us. There's basically what it was. It said it should have been down. Well, it's not really much telling us right here, but there was the high, there was a low, and then since that time it's really done very little. So I would say, because I would have been a buyer here, just because of this move right here would have given you something, but right now it's starting to move a little bit lower, much like what we were looking at here with the E-mini S&P. We had that move here. You can see I said watch this, because we should be coming down into this level right here, which is coming in right about when we finish up this show. And there's where we are right there. So that's it. So this is what we've done so far. I sold it at 02, and we got down here to 88. I leave my stop at 02. I'm not going to play for nickels and dimes. Hey, nickels and dimes, 10 dimes make $1. By golly, that's right. Okay, here's the euro. We've already talked a little bit about that, but let's look at the dollar index. They're beating the hell out of this thing over there. Oh, excuse, I used the H word. That's not good. Well, they use that in the Bible. What the heck? That's not a bad word. Okay, here's the dollar index. Let's get the dollar index up on the daily, and you'll see there's nothing bearish about this at all. Here's where we are. Okay, we had to move down. They stopped right at the 618. We had the big move up here. Market reacted. Liquidated down and stopped right at the 61% retracement on the pullback. This is not acting good, folks. It really isn't. And look where we are. We're up again today. That means the euro's down. See, where did it pull back to? Exactly 618. Look at these numbers. 382, 618. This is a combination of 29 different currencies, but the dollar index is 53% in the euro. So that's why we've got to pay close attention to it. I think we got a break coming up here. I'm not sure. Let me check the old clock on the wall, and find out where we stand here, and we'll know in just a second. Oh, a minute and 12 seconds. Oh my God, Al, that's 2 lifetimes. Okay, we can take a look. We've already looked at NVIDIA. Let's take a look at one of the stocks for home building. That's another thing. Home building is a big deal. So if we take a look here at Home Depot, let's see how the economy is working for Home Depot. Doesn't look like the people are doing much home building, right? Or doing remodeling and stuff. Look at this big move down. We just had a 382 retracement here. Look, well, we had a little one right here. There's first one right there. There's your first one right there. It looks like we had another one right here. So let's just measure that from your high. This one had the ABCD in it. And there it is right there. So we're still heading down. We're going to cover the big one next, folks. Don't miss this next one, because that really tells you where we are in the economy. Hold on.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger Zen, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger Zen, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hey folks, this is Costco. You can't go in the parking lot there without being filled. Every city, it's always why is this stock going down? This has got to be one of the best investments you could make. Of course, looking at this on the weekly, it has been. You can see here, look where we are. This back in here, folks. I have to show you this because our neighbor Virginia passed away 9 years ago. She bought this at $35, folks. She died right about here when it was about $350. And the folks in the will, they were very happy. If they would have just kept it, you can see where it went to. But anyway, this is looking at this, it's probably right at a 382 right now. Just looking at it, boy, we're really close. If you're interested in something to buy, watch if we get down here to 821 here in Costco. That would be a pretty good one to take a look at. That means if we ever have a down day in the stock market, which is very doubtful as it's looking right here this morning. So we've got just a little bit of time left here, and I want to get the dollar index out of here. And the euro, I'll move that out of the way. Okay, let's get out of here, see where we are. We got this out of the way. That out of the way. Okay, there's where we are with the stock market here. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones, because that was the one we were focusing on yesterday and today. And you can see here we've actually sold off a little bit from our 382. We started to come down. There was a 382. That gives us an ABCD. Look at this, folks. There's your 382 right here. We already pointed that one out yesterday. Oh, I have to show you another one. Oh, my goodness. This was a real easy one this morning. There was your 382 there, right on the money, and then we went up to here. But look at the NASDAQ, folks. This is the NASDAQ one. Early this morning, and I missed it. Oh, did I miss it? Hold on, let's get it up here and take a look. Here's the 4-hour chart on this. You like 382s? Watch this.
Steve Rhodes